idle time. Okay, so first today we will discuss with the overtime. What is the meaning of overtime? See, work done beyond normal working hours is known as overtime work. Okay, normally in India there are various labor regulations are there. Okay, in that minimum, or you can say maximum working hours is defined, that worker should work only for this much hours. Okay, for example, let us take he should work only 8 hours per day. Okay, this in India various regulations and acts are there which regulates the working hours of a labors. Okay, so act says that worker should work only for 8 hours per day. So this is the mean, you can say, working hours to be maintained. So if it's working more than 8 hours, then it will be become overtime work. Okay, suppose 8 hours is the normal working hours. If any worker is working for 11 hours for in any particular day, so 3 hours will become overtime work. Okay, and he should be paid extra for this 3 hours. It is known as overtime premium. Okay, so 8 hours is the normal working hours in factories. So if worker is working beyond this normal working hours, then it will become an overtime work. Okay, so work done beyond the normal working hours is known as overtime work. Okay, and overtime payment is the amount of wages paid for working beyond the normal working hours. Okay, so he should be paid some extra amount for working extra overtime. It is known as overtime premium. So what will happen if worker is working more than the normal hours? He will get two payments. One will be at the normal rate and another will be the premium, extra amount for overtime work. Okay, one normal rate will be there, no, that 100 rupees per hour. Okay, that rate he will get. In addition to that, he will get some extra amount also for overtime work. Okay, so here in this example, he is working more 3 hours. So he will get two payments. One will be the normal rate, and in addition to that, he will get some extra amount, that is premium. Why he will get premium? For working overtime. Okay, so what is overtime premium? Rate for overtime work is higher than the normal time rate. Okay, so it is overtime premium is the extra amount which the worker will get for working beyond the normal working hours. See, as per Factories Act, this is just now we have discussed. As per Factories Act, worker works in a factory for more than 9 hours in any day or 48 hours in any week, he shall be, in respect of overtime work, be entitled to wages at a rate twice his ordinary rates. See, if he's working overtime, he will get double wages. So suppose if wage is 100 per hour, he will get 200 for overtime. Okay, so here it is 9 hours in any day or 48 hours in any week. Okay, so if company is working for 6 days, it will become 8 hours. Okay, so it is both way. One day he should not work 9 hours, but total in a week it should be only 48 hours. So if you will take 6 days working, it will be only 8 hours per day. That is what just we have understood now. Okay. So you remember this much only. Worker cannot work more than 9 hours in a day or 48 hours in a week. Okay. And if he's working more than that, he will get twice his ordinary wages. See, occasionally overtime is a healthy sign and it indicates that firm has optimum capacity and that capacity is being fully utilized. So occasionally if workers are doing overtime work, then it is okay. It is a healthy sign that capacity is being used properly. Okay, but it should be occasional. But persistent overtime. So if workers are continuously working overtime and it has become a habit, then it is a bad sign. Why? Because it will indicate two things. Either there is shortage of workers first. Okay, that's why workers are regularly working overtime. Or second thing will be that workers have habit of postponing their ordinary work towards evening so that they can earn extra money. Okay, so occasionally overtime is good sign, healthy sign that the capacity is being used properly. Okay, but if overtime is continuously regular practice in the company, then it is not a good sign because it will indicate two things. Either there is shortage of laborers, or workers are purposely postponing the work towards evening because they can earn extra money in form of overtime wages. Clear? So this is the overtime. So simple meaning of overtime is if worker is working more than the normal hours, it will be known as overtime. And additional amount paid for overtime is known as overtime premium, and it will be double the normal rate. Okay. So we can understand it like this. See, working hours as per Factories Act 1948 is how much? 48 hours in a week. So normal working time as per Factories Act will be 48 hours. Worker should not work more than 48 hours in a week. Suppose if any worker works, for example, say for 54 hours in a week. So additional how much hours he is working? 54 minus 48, that will be his overtime. So 6 hours is there, no? 6 hours will be overtime work. Okay, and if rate per hour, or we can say if normal rate per hour is rupees 100 per hour, find out the wage of the worker. So see, now we can find out simple. Wage will be, he is working for how many hours? 54 hours. So he will be paid 54 hours into, or we can say like this, normal working hours is 48 hours. So 48 hours into rupees 100 per hour plus additional 6 hours is working. This is overtime. And as per Factories Act, we have seen that double should be paid. So he will be paid 200 rupees for overtime. Okay. So overtime rate will be double the normal rate. Overtime rate will be double the normal rate. Clear? So 48 into 100 will be 4,800 plus 6 into 200 will be how much? 1,200. So what will be the total? 4,800 plus 1,200. How much it will be? Rupees 6,000. So this is how you have to calculate overtime workings. So this is the concept of overtime. If any worker is working more than normal working hours, it will be known as overtime, and overtime rate will be double the normal rate. Okay, so 48 into 100 normal rate, 6 hours is overtime, so double will be 200. So we have calculated the wage of that worker. Clear everybody? Overtime. Okay, now next is idle time. Just now we have discussed the overtime. Okay, overtime is the additional amount which worker is working beyond the normal hours, and overtime rate will be double the normal rate. Now what is idle time? Idle time is the time during which no production is carried out. So idle time means time during which no production is carried out, but worker is paid for that time. That is known as idle time. Idle means what? Doing no work. Okay, but payment is made for such time also. It is known as idle time. Okay, like in a factory, there are various breaks are there, no? Like tea break, lunch break, etc. Okay, some rest period will be there, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So such time are known as idle time, because during that time worker will not produce anything, but they are paid for that time. Okay, so it is known as idle time. So idle time means during which workers will not produce anything, but they are paid for that time. It is known as idle time. Okay, so it is difference between the time paid and time booked. Okay, means let us understand. normal working hours in a factory is normal working hour in a factory is, let us say, 8 hours per day. Okay. Okay. Then let us take example of tea break is 30 minutes. Okay. And lunch break is 30 minutes. Okay. So 30 minutes will be, you can say, 0.5 hours. Correct. Now see, normal working hours is 8 hours, but 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 breaks are given. Means 1 hour is going in break. Okay. So actual time worked by worker will be how much? Actual time worked, or you can call it as time booked, will be 7 hours. No. Okay. But for how many hours he will be paid? He will be paid for 8 hours. Okay, because this is the idle time is paid time only. Okay. Now company will not say that you have taken 1 hour break, we will pay for only 7 hours. Okay. So these breaks are a required break. So company, when they will pay the worker, they will pay for 8 hours only. But how much hour he has actually worked? He has worked for only 7 hours. No. So difference between this time paid and time booked, that is actual hours work, will be idle time. So idle time will be time paid for minus time booked, means actually worked. Okay. So it will be how much? 1 hour. No. Understood. So time paid will be 8 hours and time actually worked will be 7 hours. So idle time will be 1 hour. You can calculate it like this also. Tea break 30 minutes, lunch break 30 minutes. So 30 plus 30, 60 minutes, 1 hour. So this is also idle time. Okay. So idle time means time for which company will make the payment, but during that no production will be carried out by the company. It is known as idle time. Clear? So idle time means what? Time during which no production is carried out, but company will pay the amount. So you can calculate it like this also. Time paid and time booked means actual work done by the worker. Like in this case, company will pay for 8 hours. Okay. But worker has worked only for 7 hours. So 1 hour will be the idle time because of tea break and lunch break, which is statutory requirement. You have to give these breaks and also make payment for this idle time. Okay. Likewise, there are various paid leaves, etc. There, no holidays are there. So all this is the time for which employee will be paid, but no production will be done during these days. Okay, so this is the concept of idle time. Clear? So this much clear, everybody? Okay. Now let us understand one more concept in this topic, that is employee or labor turnover. Okay, employee or labor turnover. So what is the meaning of employee turnover? Employee turnover or labor turnover in an organization is the rate of change in composition of an employee force during a specified period measured against a suitable index. Okay. So turnover means how many employees are leaving your organization, okay, during a specified period of time. Means change in the labor employed. So rate at which employees leaving your organization and new employees are coming in the organization. Okay, this is known as employee turnover. Okay, so if we say that no, there is more employee turnover, means employees are frequently leaving your company and you have to appoint new employees. That is known as employee turnover or labor turnover. Okay, employee turnover means rate of change in composition of employee. That is how many old employees are leaving your organization and you are appointing new employees in your company. It is known as employee turnover. Now, why employees will leave the organization? Okay, what is the causes of employee turnover? Okay, it can depend upon case to case, but three reasons under which it can be grouped is it can be because of personal reasons. Employee may leave the job because of personal reason or because of some unavoidable cause or avoidable cause. So it can be anything. Why employees leaving the organization? It can be grouped in three different classes. Okay, like change of job for betterment. Okay, that if employees are getting some other good job, they will leave the job. This can be one reason. Okay, or premature retirement. They can take retirement early. Okay, because of ill health or old age. Like we say, no VRS, etc. So it can be the reason. Okay. Then domestic problem or family responsibilities. These can all be personal reasons or discontent over the jobs and working environment. If employees are not satisfied with your organization, they will leave the organization. So these are all personal causes. Okay, changing the job, one job to another good job, or retiring early, or because of some domestic problem or family responsibilities, or there is dissatisfaction. Okay, about the working condition, etc. Because of this, the employees can leave the organization. Okay, then some other reasons can be like seasonal nature of business. Okay, some business are seasonal, no? So only in season work will be there. In off season, work will not be there. Okay, during that time, what will happen? Employees will leave your organization because there is no work in your company. Okay, especially this will take place in case of seasonal industry. Okay, or there is shortage of raw material, power, etc. There will be no work in such case. So in that case, employee turnover will take place, or your company is shifting the location. This can be the reason why workers will leave the job. Okay, or sometimes disciplinary measures may be taken against some worker. In that case, they have to leave the job. Okay, then some can be dissatisfaction of the job. This we have already seen. Then strained relation with management, lack of training facilities or promotional avenues. If employees feel that there is no scope for promotion, etc., then they will leave the job. They will leave for some good jobs, or there is lack of recreational and medical facilities. Okay, and very important is low wage. So if you pay very less wage or salary to your employees, definitely they will leave the job. So these can be some of the reasons for labor turnover. Okay, so this is all for labor costing. So today we will stop here. Further, we will continue in the next class.